Exactly how I finished last week's show and exactly how I'm starting in James Bond mode. I'm not allowed to use the music, which is sad. I also cannot do some of the other things that James Bond actually does because I'm married. But other than that, I am doing something very, very interesting on the show. And these are not guns. This is a whole different category of massagers. Very, very professional massagers in a completely different manner. So remember there used to be those vibration ones, and I'll show you one of those also. This takes it to a whole new level. We've also got a great amount of other things, including our top story. I'm wearing it right now. This is the new Samsung Galaxy Watch. This is the one that comes with the eSIM. We'll do it as a two-parter story. We'll do one today where we'll do a quick look and review of this. Then we'll try out the eSIM part in a subsequent show that will follow very, very soon. Of course, then we have to move on to our favorite topic, and that is air pollution. Now, the biggest problem with air pollution and air purifiers is that you can put a whole army of air purifiers in your homes, in your offices, in your classrooms, and a lot of them will tell you that this is how much they're really cleaning the air. But the biggest problem is, one, can you really, really rely on them? Two, aren't they only showing you the clean air around the air purifier? So these AQI monitors, this is a very, very important category. We're going to look at one this time, and then we'll move on to this as our last story. This is the Bose Home Speaker 300. Last week we did a Sony speaker, which is a standalone. This week we'll do a Bose, but we're not doing a shootout between the two. We'll just give you a review. Let's get started with today's show.
Samsung's new Galaxy Watch looks beautiful and makes huge claims including a stellar battery life. We test out its features. And if you struggle with quick muscle recovery after an intense workout, this may be a godsend gadget for you. We also show you a unique air quality monitor and a Bose speaker with all the smarts. Apple has announced the new MacBook Pro 16-inch in India. It starts at 1,99,900 rupees. Apple says this is the biggest MacBook Pro model till date and claims that it is 2 times faster than its predecessors with the latest 9th gen Intel Core processors. There's a new Magic Keyboard with 1mm of key travel for the keys. There's an improved thermal system, and it comes with a bigger battery which Apple claims can make the MacBook Pro last 11 hours on a single charge. Apple's new AirPods Pro are also now available in India, and these pack in active noise cancellation and come with a new in-ear design. These have been priced at 24,900 rupees in India, and we will review these on the show next week. Apple was not alone with the laptop launch. HP also launched its new business convertible called Dragonfly. Under 1 kg, the HP Elite Dragonfly is the world's lightest business laptop, and it comes with the 8th gen Intel Core Pro processor. It is a convertible, so the keyboard can be folded up and it instantly enters tablet mode.
People can use this with a 360. So if you look at, then I might be able to probably show that to you. If you are able to convert this way, and you can use it in a tablet mode as well, right? So no need to kind of like worry about detaching the keyboard. And because the whole package comes under 1 kg, people can use it in various settings as well.
HP claims a long battery life with this one at 24.5 hours on a single charge. There are some security features as well, like the ability to switch off the front camera. It has been priced at 1,49,990 rupees in India.
So do remember that the Samsung Galaxy watches that came out in themselves were fantastic because of the fact that they could do a lot standalone. You didn't really have to have an app at all times with it for them to function, which is one of the biggest problems with smartwatches. But now Samsung's taken it to a whole new level. This is the brand new Samsung Galaxy watch. I'm wearing the 46mm version, and this is a beautiful watch. I mean, this is absolutely stunning in every which way. We're showing you close-ups of the watch right now. Lots of watch faces. The screen resolution is fantastic. Battery life is great, and it does have so many different features and functionalities. Very difficult to list them out right now, but we'll take a look at it in our review. But I think the most important thing is that this is a totally and absolutely standalone product because it's got an eSIM built in, which means if you're on Reliance Jio or on Airtel, not Vodafone, for some strange reason, Vodafone still refuses to go the eSIM way. So if you're on Airtel or on Reliance Jio, you can get the same SIM that is on your phone, an extension SIM, an eSIM. That's not the reason why it's called an eSIM though. An extension of that SIM where both will work independent of each other and together. We will actually do a story where we'll just take out the watch on its own, no phone, and we'll see if you can actually survive a day with the watch. But that's for later. Right now, let's take a look at our review.
Big, bold, and beautiful. These are the words that came to mind when we strapped on the 46mm variant of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4G. So let's find out if this watch is the top contender to be your next smartwatch. The 46mm with eSIM connectivity which we have is priced at Rs 30,990. This one is a looker. While there is also a rose gold variant, we don't mind the black one. The 46mm looks a bit intimidating for tiny wrists, but we like the real estate since you can see apps and other info pretty clearly. Though it is bulky at around 60 grams, we like the silver encasing with the black bezel, which gives it an elegant touch. There are buttons on the right side for menu and to go back to a previous app, but what we loved here was the rotating bezel. Let's be frank, it's 2019. This should be the only way to move from one app to the next on a smartwatch. Viewing notifications and other details is a delight on the 1.3-inch circular Super AMOLED always-on display. Samsung hasn't compromised on durability and this watch comes with Gorilla Glass DX Plus. This means that the Samsung Galaxy Watch is dust and water resistant up to 50 meters. Some may have a gripe or two with the interface. The watch comes with Samsung's Tizen-based wearable OS 4.0, so you may take some time to get used to it. We thought the OS performed well with screens neatly laid out for recent apps, weather, calendar, health stats and more. Once again, the rotating bezel is a lifesaver here, so you don't have to poke and swipe on your watch and get smudges on the screen. You can change watch faces and customize complications by holding down the watch face screen. The interface is fast, smooth and lag-free. You will need to pair the watch with the Samsung Wear app for the full feature set, of course. For your fitness, the watch can track workouts like cycling and running automatically. While Tizen OS doesn't come with too many apps, you can download fitness apps like Map My Run to map your fitness. There are more than 39 activities and the watch also records your heart rate, which is great. Though if you're looking for an all-rounder fitness smartwatch from Samsung, go for the Watch Active 2 instead, which is priced at Rs 26,990. The real differentiator for the watch is its battery life, which truly goes the distance. The 472 mAh battery in the 46mm model can last up to 4 days. We found this to be largely accurate depending on your eSIM technology usage. And yes, since the watch comes with eSIM technology in India now as well, so you can enjoy an untethered experience, which basically means that the watch is now free from the phone. We'll show you how this works next week. So the battery life here is a deal clincher. And we also like the chic charging dock that comes in the box. Put the watch on it like this and you can charge it. It's big enough to look like a smart clock when perched like this. We don't really have anything to say about Bixby since we're not a fan of the Assistant. So what's our verdict? The Samsung Galaxy Watch 4G creates a strong case for itself with its bold design, stellar battery life and fitness features. Some may not like the limited apps in Tizen, but it's not a deal breaker by any means. And the eSIM feature makes the watch independent of the phone. For Android users, this watch may be the ideal smartwatch. iOS lovers may stick to the new Apple Watch. But then again, that's a showdown for another day.
So this one is called the Trigger Pro from a company called the Grind Life, and this is an incredible one because the amount of movement on this is about 22 mm. I'm going to talk to you about the fact that there are 4 criteria that you need when you actually want to buy something like this. But first, before I go into the 4 criteria, let me show you how this actually works. So you put it on. Remember, this is going to be noisy because this kind of category of massagers are fairly noisy. It goes to about 70-80 dB at full speed. So you may not be able to hear me, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hand as my object for the massage right now. As you can see, there is movement out there that actually gives you the massage. This is another kind. Unfortunately, it's not available in India, but this is where the next level came in from. Does almost the same thing, but in a different manner, but these are very silent. So as you can see, now when I'm talking to you, you can hear me. And once again, it gives you a very similar massage. But there are 4 ways for you to analyze which one to buy. The first one I've already told you. If you want something that gives you an incredible massage, but it will be a hard one, you need to buy something which is actually 12 to 16 to 22 mm. It even comes up to 32 mm. The second part of it is the noise level. This one can go up to 80 dB, which really, really sounds loud. This one works between 10 to 40 to 50 dB. The third one, and this is an important one, is the stall force. The stall force basically means this, that when you're giving somebody a massage or getting a massage, how deep into the muscle can you go before the motor actually stops and fails? This one has a fantastic stall force, almost 60 pounds. So I'm going to give you an example of that. I can't stop it with my hand. I can go deep into it, but it's not going to stop. On this one, because of the amount of movement, it can stall after a particular point. And the last part is the battery life. So these brushless motors one can go between 1.5 to 2 hours. This one comes with separate batteries, so I can take this one out, put another one in, and that each of them will give you between 30 to 40 minutes. So this is a category that's become huge all over the world. The only really good one available right now in India is this one. The Grind Life Trigger Pro comes for about 20,000 rupees. Let's take a look at a review of this.
While for some this may seem like a luxury, if you're an avid fitness enthusiast or an athlete, don't touch that remote. Because this story is dedicated to your aching, sore muscles and the agonizing pain you feel after a truly satisfying workout. The God-sent answer to that is a percussive massager or a muscle recovery tool. While globally names like Theragun and Hyperice rule this segment, we were very happy to get our hands on an Indian one. This is the Trigger Pro, a high-intensity percussive massage gun from the Grind Life, which currently retails at the price of around 19,395 rupees, which is similar to options from Theragun and Hyperice. But are the results comparable? Let's find out. Trigger Pro, as the name suggests, is made to activate and trigger different muscle groups to relieve stress, activate and charge your muscles before a workout, and thereafter recover from an intense, rigorous workout. Given its size and dimensions, it acts as a handy tool and comes in this neat black briefcase sort of container, which has different compartments for different attachments. So you get a small ball head attachment for everyday work on smaller muscle groups, a larger ball head for bigger muscle groups, and a cone head to target deep tissue and tight muscles. All the heads are detachable and can be easily screwed on like so. The company, The Grind Life, says that this can be used by fitness enthusiasts and sports massage therapists on the go. With a 22 mm stroke length, the Trigger Pro may be one of the most effective percussive massagers available in India. It comes with a lock-on trigger, which means that you don't need to hold down the trigger when you're using it. The arm is adjustable for ease of use, and you can choose between different speeds depending on the muscle you're targeting. The speeds range from 900 to 2400 BPM and can be adjusted through this dial. Do go through the user manual and gauge how much pressure you can handle, because this isn't for the faint-hearted. You need to be fit and regular at your workouts to even need this. And if you have any ailments, be sure to contact your doctor before using any percussive massagers. You get 2 batteries in the kit and each lasts around 60 minutes depending on your use, which is the norm for such massagers. Once the battery is latched on, push the trigger to turn on the gun and press again to turn off. Rotate between different speeds by going from frequency of 1 to 6. And now, time to hand over this gun to someone who needs it. This is Anirudh Pava, a marketing professional who has been a fitness enthusiast for more than a decade now and balances his workouts with physiotherapy for quick recovery. We made him use the Trigger Pro across different muscle groups: thighs, calves and biceps. So let's find out, what does he think?
I quite like this device, Trigger Pro. It's a game changer for me. Usually I would have paid 2,000 or 2,500 for my post-workout relaxation therapy. Would have gone to a physiotherapist for massages, but you know what, this is a game changer for me. So this gun, what it does is that it hits the muscle and hits the sore muscle and provides immediate relief, which helps me in quick recuperation. You know, when I started my journey, fitness journey, the process of recuperating was faster. Obviously now I'm not, I'm growing old, and gym is an addiction to me. So what this will do is help me recuperate faster, and it will make my workouts more effective. The only problem that I have with this device is that it makes a lot of noise.
We think a product like this is definitely a game changer for athletes and fitness buffs who struggle with quick recovery after rigorous workouts. Yes, the sound of the Trigger Pro needs some improvement, but if you want to give your sore muscles some relief, aim the Trigger Pro at them.
And now let's move on to this. This is the Kythera. This is a air quality monitor, and like I said right in the beginning, in the world that we've created for ourselves, this air polluted world that we live in and breathe in these fumes and everything else, if you really want to know if every part of where you're going, the big mistake that people think is, you know, a car is very, very safe because of the fact that an air conditioner is on in that, and sometimes in winter we don't have an air conditioner, but we believe that the car is sealed out. Remember, when you open and close the door of a car, a lot of the pollution comes in, and then when you run the AC on recycle, it's that polluted air. ACs don't have filters that can actually take care of all the air pollution, so that becomes dangerous. You could actually monitor the amount of pollution is in your car. Suppose senior citizens in your family are going out for a walk, you could actually take a look at what is happening on the outside of it, where they're going for a walk, maybe a garden or a park, and if this gives you a warning, maybe that day they shouldn't go out. Children that are going to school, different areas of your house where you're using air purifiers, check whether the other side of the room, not just the air around the air purifier, but the other side of the room where you're sitting, maybe your bed or your chair, what's the AQI out there? These are absolute lifesavers. I'm going to take a look at this, the Kythera. The really cool part is it will give you things like PM 2.5, PM 10, PM 1, but it also gives you CO2 levels.
We might be surrounded by pollution whether inside the house or outside, and while some air purifiers show you the AQI levels, most don't. So how do you know what exactly the air is like right around you? Well, that's where this laser egg comes into play. This is Kythera's Laser Egg Plus CO2 air quality monitor. While we know that AQI levels above 100 is unhealthy, it also has a high percentage of carbon dioxide in the air that can be a trigger for various issues like headaches, asthma, and even hamper performance at work or schools. Most air purifiers don't tackle high levels of carbon dioxide, and in fact, it only makes it worse if the doors and windows of a house are closed. This laser egg can tell you the levels of carbon dioxide inside the house. It has sensors and it uses a cloud-based calibration which gives real-time readings. We placed it at night with plants around and then again without plants to check the readings and accuracy, and it seemed to work pretty well. Well, the laser egg does look like its name. It's compact and easy to place anywhere. And it doesn't have to be tethered to power as it comes with a 2200 mAh battery which can last up to 8 hours. The LCD screen is not touch enabled and the modes can be changed from this button here. Other than carbon dioxide, it gives the air quality index, PM 2.5, temperature and humidity levels. This can be seen on its app as well. This is the Kythera app and an alert can be set through it if the AQI crosses a certain level. We have set it at 200 right now. The Laser Egg Plus CO2 air quality monitor is a useful device to be cautious of the air around us. But will you have to break a bank for something like this? Surprisingly, yes. The Laser Egg Plus CO2 is pretty expensive at 16,995 rupees. So if you take your air seriously and don't mind the price tag, this Laser Egg Plus is perfect to keep an accurate eye on the air.
Let's take a quick break right now. On the show, when we come back, we've got a whole lot more. And now let's move on to this. This is the last part of what we were doing. This is, of course, the Bose Home Speaker 300. Bose now really has made a great reputation for themselves. There was a time when I wasn't very fond of Bose as a company because what they would do is that the highs and the low frequencies, they would really exaggerate and the mid would completely die out. So I never ever enjoyed music on anything Bose. But ever since they've done their QC series of noise cancellation and they started coming out with their new speakers, they've really improved it to the point that they are fantastic. This is, of course, a much smaller version of their typical offerings that they have. Let's take a look at this, the Bose Home Speaker 300.
A smart home speaker with your choice of assistant seems to be the order of the day. And now Bose is asking for a share of this pie with its Home Speaker 300, which comes with a choice of Alexa or Google Assistant. This smart speaker is priced at Rs 26,900. It is a pricey option, so let's find out if you even need it. On the looks front, this one is a curvy black beauty and has 6 capacitive buttons on the top for controls, as well as a microphone for your voice assistant. Bose is flaunting a 360-degree speaker on this one, and no, there is no LCD display. Given its 6.3-inch height, it's compact enough to sit pretty at any corner of your living area. You will see this white glowing light as you interact with the virtual assistant. You can control the volume, play or pause a song, connect the speaker to another device and stop it from listening into your conversations in case privacy is your concern. And yes, the speaker needs to be connected to power at all times, so no, it's not portable. You also get a 3.5mm auxiliary input, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, along with compatibility for Apple AirPlay 2 and Spotify Connect, which is a big plus. You can control the Home 300 through voice or even through the Bose Music app, and both work like a dream. The speaker is a good listener and you will love playing music with Google and Alexa at your service. The claims of 360-degree sound are true to name, well almost. The notes are loud and booming with great clarity. But we will say that for a very big room, the Bose Home 300 may not be enough and you may need to pair with another speaker for that rich, overpowering sound that drowns everything else. But for a quiet dinner with guests, you may as well play some jazz on the Bose Home 300 and it'll do the job. If you want a good smart speaker with the choice of assistants, this one gives you that. With the Bose Home 300, you're in for good balanced sound without being too daunting. The microphone response is good and the connectivity even better. Some may prefer the Bose SoundTouch systems which have a superior sound quality. Moreover, there's no Chromecast built in here. So if you want a smart display, go for options from Lenovo or the Amazon Echo Show. So should you buy the Bose Home 300? Well, if you have 27,000 rupees lying around, why not? It looks great and offers balanced sound and carries the legacy of the Bose name. Throw in a voice assistant and you have a great deal.
That then was the show for this week.